Welcome. Welcome. So, we are playing something different tonight. Unplanned, really. I just decided spontaneously what to play. So, we are doing a review stream of A Necromancer's Tale. And it's a story-driven RPG with turn-based battle combat. As far as I can tell, it's released by Psychic Software. Don't know much about them. Yeah, but it looks quite interesting. Looks like classic isometric RPGs with a bucket load of text. So it looks like it has Planescape Torment levels of text. But apparently it has deep decision making. Well, I could read the description on Steam. A story-rich gothic RPG. Looks a bit Victorian. Looks like it's set in the Victorian age. Master the rituals of an ancient spell book. Raise an undead army to march against your enemies. Commune with the realm of the dead and struggle with your descent into madness. Progress through secrecy, diplomacy, blackmail, coercion, and seduction until ready to reveal yourself. Okay, I don't quite know what to expect, but wait, I didn't put a new title or anything for the stream, right? I knew I was forgetting something. Damn it. Okay. That's not good. Okay, let's change the title. Story-driven gothic RPG. Necromancer's Tale. Hey, Zeta. Yeah, DRG. No, it's not. But I think you might like this too. Does it not have its own Twitch category? Oh yeah, there it is. The Necromancer's Tale. Okay, so the title should be updated. Very sorry about that. Okay, as always, I will disclose that I did not pay for this game. Let me put that in my chat. I will just pin the... Oh no, I can just put it in the title too. It's like... There's enough space left. Alright. Ad break will be over in a little bit. I don't know, the pop-out chat seems a bit tiny, but I think it's okay. Yeah, on stream it looks okay. Oh yeah, it looks fine on stream, it's just on my OBS it doesn't scale well because my secondary screen is so... It's a piece of junk. It's a piece of junk. You can't use a euphemism for it, it's a piece of junk. It's a 15-year-old television set. Okay. 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hop into it. Start a new game. So, story mode. Choose this if you enjoy narrative and adventure, but want to skip the turn-based combat. Ultra resolve combat using combat ratings, 6 skill pool points per chapter, higher prices for items sold to a shop. Now we want to see the combat. Like, we want to see as much as possible. Balance. Choose this if you enjoy narrative and adventure as well as turn-based combat. I do enjoy some turn-based combat. Oh look, it's animated. It's a GIF. Is this animated too? Oh yeah, look at the candles. Like minimally. It's like a GIF. And Army of Darkness. Ooh. Strategy mode. Choose this if you enjoy narrative and adventure and want an extra challenge in combat. Face more enemies in combat, 4 skill pool points per chapter, lower prices for items sold to a shop. Okay. Let's go balanced. The prologue. Yeah, so this looks like... Oh, it's in 1733.
In the year of our Lord, 1701, the Republic of Venice went to war with the sovereign monarchy of Ralston.
Oh, no.
This war was over passage rights through the Adriatic Sea, though this point will rarely be brought up when the war is discussed by future historians.
Okay.
It was, like most wars, overstretched and too costly. Neither side could afford it, nor would they back down. Many lives were lost, and whatever the outcome, each nation would nurse its wounds for some time.
It's a Scotsman who's narrating these. You can skip the interactive prologue if you wish. Nah.
The war raged on for 6 years, draining both countries' resources, but the Republic of Venice was older than Ralston and had deeper pockets. In a war of attrition, they would win, and both sides knew it. 3 generals from Ralston, 2 brothers and a close friend, came together to strategize, and came up with nothing. They would not win this war.
Oh no.
In desperation, one reached out to a dark power and was told to make pilgrimage to Golgotha. With no other avenue, they spent 1 month sailing to the walls of Jerusalem, where they docked under cover of darkness.
Golgotha, isn't that where they crucified Jesus Christ? That's the hill they crucified him on, right?
On the hill where the man named Jesus died, they met a figure, too old to identify as man or woman. It offered them a book, an already ancient thing made of pale leathers and filled with symbols that hurt their eyes to look upon.
It's the Necromancer.
The thing smiled as they took it, a smile made of too many teeth. Full of dread for what they had seen and what they were about to do, they sailed for another month to get home. Things had gone badly in the time they were away. Soon they would have to surrender, and Ralston would fall into decline, one it was unlikely to survive. Whatever doubt the men had about using the knowledge in that book, their mind was set now. They cast its pages open and chanted dark incantations. And lo, did the dead walk upon the earth that night. Undead sailors hauled themselves into the Venetian boats. Soldiers dragged themselves from battlefields and clawed up from shallow graves to drive the Venetians from the land. The war was won. The Venetians could not fight Ralston's impossible numbers. They surrendered, the book was shut, and the dead were dead once more. The book was destroyed, but the world had noticed. Ralston had dark magic, and no shame in using it. Many enemies, without and within, were born that day.
Without? I have never seen the word without used in in this sense. Like, this means outside, right? In context, this means outside. Without and within. I've never seen it being used like this.
1711.
Oh.
3 years later, a child was born to one of the generals involved in unleashing the spell.
Are we a boy or a girl?
A beautiful baby boy.
Okay, we have choices now. The night you were born, a blood moon hung low in the sky. There was a storm the night you were born. One that came from nowhere. A ship was caught in it, doomed to be dragged to the ocean floor below. A comet passed overhead that night, one that cycled between purple and green. We have to take the comet, right? Are you here, Zeta? It's comet time, right?
A comet passed overhead that night. One that cycled between purple and green.
Agility, acuity, impress. Okay.
Few saw it, but those that did walked away from their lives to explore more of the world before them. You were taken from your mother and left with a nursemaid for your first few days in this world.
That's sad. Oh, here are my stats. I see. She was a kindly girl from the town's poor quarters. While your paths crossed every few years, she has never reintroduced herself. Seeing you always cheers her up, and she is content with that. A distant cousin who hated being tasked with minding you. She largely ignored you, and when it was done, she told everyone what a fine job she did and how you both had an unbreakable bond. You have not spoken since. A heavy-set lady who helped raise many children in the town. She was lauded for her understanding of children and how their minds behaved, though nobody turned up at her funeral when she died of heart failure. That's not the first choice.
She was a kindly girl from the town's poor quarters. While your paths crossed every few years, she has never reintroduced herself. Seeing you always cheers her up, and she is content with that. You were born into wealth and status, and had all you could wish for. But your parents never had another child, and your father was often preoccupied with his work. Your mother, distant, sickly and delirious, you heard another mother say. Hoffman, the family steward, raised you more than they.
We don't need it. We don't need it.
Okay, sorry. Gonna keep playing right away. There we go. Playing.
It was a lonely childhood. 1718. You are 8 years old. You play with friends from school, 2 poorer boys, Diedrich and Flip. Your father disapproves. You play in the graveyard outside the city. Nobody goes there without an armed guard. But children do not care for such things. Children are small and fast, and can outrun ghoul, at least when the sun is up. One day, as you play, you hear a rustling coming from some trees. You all freeze. Then a stone whizzes out of the green and hits you on the head. You stare in disbelief, a slow trickle of blood running down your face, partially blocking sight from your left eye.
Leaves part, your cousin Lucas, 10 years your senior, steps out. Wait, 10 years my senior? Does that mean he's 10 years older, or he's 10 years and my senior? Because I'm now 8, right? Which mean he's like 18? You scan the tree line and spot Sophia, a girl you recognize from school. A group of other children from the city emerge from the tree line. You recognize the leader, a boy named Willett.
You scan the tree line and spot Sophia, a girl you recognize from school. She throws another stone at you, but you are ready and avoid it.
Stay still! I need you to bleed enough for a ghoul to sniff you out.
She calls out.
I want to see them hunt.
What? You pick up stick. When she next flings a stone, you better decide. You'd want to be careful up there. My father says they hide in trees during the day to grab up any fools looking for a spot of shade. Why would you want to see a ghoul hunt me? Hunt anyone? I don't care.
You'd want to be careful up there. My father says they hide in trees during the day to grab up any fools looking for a spot of shade.
In a panic, she dropped her stones and looked in the branches around her.
You're lying!
As soon as she said it, there was a screeching from another tree near her, and the branches moved.
One has caught your scent. You're done for now.
He called.
Rubbish.
She froze. The smile on your face dropped.
Why aren't you running? It's gonna get you!
She didn't move. The rustling and screeching grew nearer.
Oh no.
Run, Sophia! Run!
Whoa.
She screamed.
The
hurting
VA is giving it
lungs.
us all.
When
Wow.
she saw your worry, the colour drained from her face. She dropped down from the tree and ran crying back to the dead man's gate. That's when Flip dropped from the second tree. She had been too busy throwing stones at you to see him
Prank.
sneaking towards her.
It's just a prank,
You,
bro.
he, and Diedrich had a good laugh and returned soon to play. When you saw her next,
Oh, we all
she had
pranked her.
realized the trick you'd played on her. She found it funny.
Hmm.
Soon she began joining you and Flip and Diedrich in the graveyard, and fast became your fourth. That night, you are woken by a scratching sound at your window. You lift yourself up on one arm and rub your eyes with the other. The scratching sound turns to a chipping one, and a moment later there is a muffled sound of glass breaking. A thin black arm reaches in then and unlatches the window. You know that arm, that kind of arm. A ghoul. You scream as it pulls the window open and pulls itself into the room. You've never been so close to one. Its face is like a man's, but gaunt and twisted into a sorrowful, angry expression. It lands on the floor of your room with a sickening thud, and as it stands, it ripples and twists in unnatural ways. You scramble away from it, hot tears streaming down your face as you continue to scream, your throat already sore. The door behind you swings open. Your father steps in. As he looks at the creature, his face is expressionless. He enters the room, sword in hand, and feints to the left. As it lunges, he sidesteps to the right and slices downwards. The gore that sprays from the thing as it falls flicks onto your face. Your father looks down at you for a moment, then nods and leaves to make sure there are no others. You never play in the graveyard again. 1721. One morning, your mother comes to your school. She takes you out, even though classes are not finished. She says everything is okay, but you do not believe her.
Appearance that gives away her mannership. Mannerisms tip you off. Her presence alone is the warning.
It's her appearance that gives her away. She is normally so perfect, but her hair is out of place, her dress loose, her makeup faded. She brings you around the town. First you stop to buy sugared apples, then she takes you shopping. New clothes, new books, new toys, a luggage trunk. She brings you to the castle, and with some whispered words and coins exchanged, the guard lets you into the grounds. You go to the pond and throw bread and watch fish pop their heads up to steal from the ducks. You walk the city walls, and the two of you take in the view. The sea to the west, the hills to the south, the forest to the east and north, and beyond the northern tree line, the road that leads to the capital. That, she tells you through teary eyes, is where you're going. You won't understand until you're older. Maybe not even then. You need more than I can give you, more than I can be. You protest. She cries. When she stops crying, she doesn't remember where you are, how you got there. A watchman brings you home. There your father glares at you, angry that you upset your mother, angry at your non-compliance. Hoffman brings you to your room to help you put your new clothes and books and toys into your new trunk. He tells you that she loves you, that this is for the best.
What is happening?
A few days later, your carriage rides out of town. In your children's stories, events like this happen on rainy days, but today is sunny and clear-skied. As the carriage crests a hill, you can look back towards the city and see it all. The farms, the walls, the groves, the castle, the seas. Your home. How do you feel as you are taken away?
I'm angry, feeling unwanted and tossed aside. This is something I could not fight. I hurt, a deep wound of betrayal. My parents are supposed to look after me, not discard me. I don't understand what I did wrong for them to send me away like this. I wonder, will I ever understand? Let's pick this one.
I don't understand what I did wrong for them to send me away like this. I wonder, will I ever understand? 1722. A year has passed. More quickly than you might have expected. Winter's first snow falls lightly outside. You watch from your dorm and reflect on your time here.
This year was hard on you. You started many fights, you ended many too. You are thankful for the library here. Books have been your salvation. You took this new life quickly, making many friends. You directed your energy towards physical activities and joined the running team. You killed the time by dreaming up schemes and enacting them. You have befriended some of the more unsavory children, yeah, definitely.
You have befriended some of the more unsavory children.
Definitely that.
You have tried tobacco and alcohol, and partook in a séance with somebody that you feel differently towards.
Does that mean it took away one acuity? Equity?
1725. Your schooling is done now. Your time here is over. You spent much of this year deciding what to do next.
And then you decide to continue with education. Ultimately, you decide to follow in your father's footsteps and join the military. One of your professors said she saw something in you, a spark that would see you well in the world of courtly intrigue. That sounds the most exciting, I guess?
One of your professors said she saw something in you, a spark that would see you well in the world of courtly intrigue.
Hey, Ghost Bear. late to the stream. Is this an old Elder Scrolls type character creation? You see that? Yeah, we take like little dialogue options, and then we don't know what points we're gonna get from those decisions, and then that will shape how our stats are being distributed. But apparently those decisions can also deduct points, so it's an interesting system. I actually never had a character creation like this before. The closest would be Mount and Blade, maybe, where you also pick like your history, your character's history, and then you get points from it. But that Mount and Blade will tell you what points you get, actually.
This sounds exciting to you, and well paid too. So they put you in touch with a contact of theirs to begin your training. With your path decided, you found you had time before your training began, so you made the trip home to visit your parents and tell them of your plans. Your travel home feels faster than it was leaving. Perhaps mindset, perhaps age, perhaps because you have done it once already and can spy milestones. Whatever the reason, you arrive home to your mother and Hoffman awaiting you. Your father is not there, but joins you for dinner that evening. It had been 4 years since you were home. Not a long time for some, but a quarter of your life. You had this idea that you had matured, changed so much in that time, but...
Well, you had to note down what decisions take or give what points then. Your attempts to gain access to the library's restricted area are rejected. The master there refuses you. Those books are not for children. You try to wow your old friends with tales of your time away, and it pains you when they don't seem impressed. You still find your father to be as inscrutable as ever. Guess we'll try and get in the library.
Your attempts to gain access to
we
the
lost
library's
one
restricted
convince.
area are rejected.
Oh no.
The master there refuses you. Those books are not for children. You tell her of the books available to you in the school, and of your studies, and how you are able for the secrets hidden in her library's vaults, but she assures you that your mind is not ready for what you would find within. Despite this, it is good to be home again, to see your friends and family. You have a good summer. As you leave for your new training, you wonder how long until you come home next, and how you will have changed by then.
I think I've fudged something up. I put... No. It's not. It's a timer. It's active. Okay. I have an affiliate link that should be pasted.
1727. You are nearly 2 years into your training now, and it goes largely as expected. You miss home, but the pangs grow less as time passes. Your mentor, an older lady named Valentina Zupan, takes you to the Scottish courts to watch the burning of a witch. The woman is accused of fornication with the devil, but Valentina says that the only crime this woman, and women burned like her, committed was striving for knowledge, studying the natural world and trying to understand it. Valentina wants you to see how other countries treat people who they cannot understand, how they treat knowledge they cannot fathom. She tells you then that a war has broken out at home. A lich, a powerful undead sorcerer, has begun raising the dead and marches on the capital. So far its armies show no sign of moving out of Ralston, but Venetian and Habsburg forces are amassing on their respective borders to repel anything that tries to cross them. Other nations will turn this on us. They will try to turn the Pope on us too, no doubt. They'd see us burned like that witch. This is our job, to slow the tide that comes for us. We shall travel to other courts, seeking help. We will get none. In reality, we're there to find the lips that whisper against us, and do what we must to shut them, by deals or blackmail, whatever it takes. You were on a carriage to London that night, on the start of a tour of Europe that would carry on for the next year. Eventually, word reaches you that the Lich has been defeated, that its forces collapsed as the final blow was struck. Your father was at that battle, as was your uncle. You learn your uncle was wounded, but is well. Neither man died, though the same cannot be said for thousands of others in the country.
The soldier's work is done now. Our work only gets harder. Venice will want to march in retaliation for 1708. Habsburg will want the land. Several others will want us stomped out for being too liberal. We must keep these wolves at bay while our country rebuilds.
1729. Your training complete, you land your first post.
His assignment was in the Ottoman courts of Ahmed III in Albania. You were thrown to the wolves and sent to the courts of Venice. You found yourself stationed in the rapidly crumbling courts of Charles VI, the Holy Roman Emperor. We need to go to the Holy Roman Empire, right? The not so holy, not so Roman, not so empire.
You found yourself stationed in the rapidly crumbling courts of Charles VI, Holy Roman Emperor. Being at the center of a declining empire is an interesting position. You watch the tired emperor try to hold together the infighting dukes, some baying for war on Spain to reclaim the throne there, others wanting to consolidate in order to regrow, and others still wanting to break free of the Habsburgs and go it alone. You find comfort in knowing that you matter not in this game. Then one night, there is a knock at your door. You open it and guards enter the room, sweeping it for others. Once they give it the clear, the Emperor himself enters. Though only 45, he looks older. His sunken eyes and the jowls on his face reminding you of a sick dog from your youth. He takes a seat by the fire and beckons you to do the same. There are a few pleasantries before he asks if Ralston will support the pragmatic sanction of 1713 and recognize his daughters as his heirs in order to keep his line alive. You know that he has severed ties with his siblings over this, and that your support may prop up the Empire for another generation and save it from spiraling further into chaos.
From the Ralston, as a matriarchy, will do what it can to support his daughter's ascension and inheritance of land, fortune, title. I like that. You tell him that your great nation is recovering from both the Venetian and Lich wars and cannot pledge itself to his cause as worthy as it is. You tell him that you will pass his request on to Her Majesty Ulka III and assure him that such a cause is dear to her heart, but that you cannot commit her to such a cause without consultation first. That sounds reasonable. Like, we can't promise him anything, we're just an envoy.
You tell him that you will pass his request on to Her Majesty Ulka III and assure him that such a cause is dear to her heart, but that you cannot commit her to such a cause without consultation first. His eyes narrow as he sees through your politicking. He knows no word of this will reach Ulka, and that he will not hear of it again. He excuses himself, and soon you are alone. The rest of your time here feels more lonely and isolating than it had before. 1731. You are through the early years of your career now. You have earned some recognition and accolades, some time from work, and a purse are made available to you. As you take some time to enjoy this leave, terrible thing happens to you.
Almost broken while climbing the Alps. A hunting trip results in a terrible stomach wound. A night on the town ends with your leg being severely damaged. Okay. These sound all awful. I guess the leg will cost us agility. The stomach will cost us constitution. And arm agility as well. Okay, so arm, stomach, or leg. What do we sacrifice? I mean, we will raise the dead. We don't need to walk fast.
A night on the town ends with your
recorded.
leg being severely damaged. You met with your friends, Elsa, Laszlo, and Astrid. The four of you went to the local tavern. It is a busy night, with music playing on the stage and entertainers going from table to table. A fire roared, a pig was roasted, devilment was in the air. Many drinks in, you met a couple, Hetta and Jobst. They joined your group. You shared stories over beers. They were going to a party and invited you along. You decided to go, even though your friends were calling it a night. You, Hetta, and Jobst wandered the streets drunkenly laughing, sharing a bottle of pumpkin seed liqueur you'd bought at the tavern. They brought you through an alleyway, a shortcut. They stopped and took out a bag of powder. Hetta took a pinch and motioned to offer you some. As you grew near, she blew it in your face. Everything quickly became blurry, and then nothing. When you came to, you could not place where you were. Your head throbbed with a great pressure. You realized you were upside down, tied that way. You hung by your right ankle. Your left leg was tied behind your right one. Your knee bent at a 90-degree angle so your legs were perpendicular. Your arms were stretched out to your sides and folded back in at the elbow, then tied behind your back. You were tightly bound, unable to move.
Okay, maybe they're cultists or something. Hey, I'm Mercenary. How you doing, man? Be doing fine.
You could see out a window. You were high up. Inside the clock tower, you thought. There was movement around you. First, you heard Jobst speaking. No, not speaking. Chanting. A language you didn't know. You saw a figure walk before you. It wore a robe. You realized it was Hetta when you saw the hair coming from her hood. She saw you were awake. Jobst? The chanting stopped. Another robed figure walked out before you. I am sorry, Jobst said, that this is happening to you. You seem nice. We had hoped to find a sacrifice we'd feel less guilty about. I guess it's not really a sacrifice if it's something you wanted rid of. He smiled. There was a kindness there that didn't sit well in the situation. The sun is coming up, Hetta said. Jobst stood. Without saying anything else, they left. You wondered how long it would be until you would be found and let down. Then you smelled the smoke. A fire. They were burning the tower. A panic washed over you. How long until the flames spread and you burned? The smoke filled the room. You coughed. A bell sounded. Soon, the smoke began to die out. Somebody passing in the early hours had seen the fire and sounded the alarm. They were able to extinguish the flames before the fire could properly take hold. Soon you were found and cut down. You still bear a scar on your ankle. Hetta and Jobst were never found. 1733. When you learned of your father's death, you were...
At work. Resting in your home on a date. I guess. Resting?
Resting in your home.
Oh, nice. +2 constitution.
The ringing at the door alarmed you. It was late. Too late for visitors. Unlikely an intruder would ring a bell, but nonetheless, you armed yourself. When you opened the door, the young woman must have seen your weapon, perhaps just your expression, and gasped. She apologized for delivering the news so late. The letter hit you hard. You fell to your knees there in the doorway, with that scared young woman, unsure what to say. Something changed in you then, and not for the better.
+7 rage. I was overcome with sorrow, I went numb. Let's feel the sorrow.
I was overcome with sorrow. Any chance I had at repairing that relationship had just been pulled from me. A future robbed.
Because that doesn't sound like the type you can make amends with. Plot twist, this is the style of the whole game. Oh, no, it's not.
Now, days
It has
later,
graphics.
your carriage crests the hills towards Marnes. The sun
But I like
blasting
this so
off the
far. It's a
red
good
and yellow
story.
bricks
It's
and
engaging.
rippling off the blue sea beyond. You are almost home.
Yeah, this is just the character creation. And then we get a little introduction, apparently, like a little tutorial, and then we can play the game properly. Home to see my mother, to support her in this terrible time. Home to bury a man I never really knew, and now never would. Home to reclaim my life here now that the man who sent me away is dead.
Home to reclaim my life here, now that the man who sent me away is dead.
Okay, that's it. DDD van Eelstrik. We're a diplomat. Oh, now I can... Oh, I can freely reallocate points. Okay, and I can change my gender if I want to. Yeah, no, let's roll with it. Impressive. Okay, yeah, these are the in-game graphics. They look a bit different than I imagined from the footage I saw. This looks like, yeah, early Unity engine. 1 hour from the north gate of Marnes, my coach had been climbing a steep hill surrounded on all sides by oaks, before the great forest gave way to farmland. And there we saw a young woman accosted by 2 brigands. My coachman called to me.
Should we stop, sir?
Yes, at once. No, drive on, my man. I hastened to my father's funeral. Let's stop. Reminds me of high quality Vampire. Oh, I want to play that so bad. You know what? I will play that in October. Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. Oh. The game is so good. It didn't age well, but who cares? Well, a lot of people, but I don't. Yeah, maybe we can crank up the graphics a little bit. Our coach pulled to a stop. Is everything okay here, my good lady? Hey there, good man. What has this young woman done to draw your attention? You men, what are you doing? Has Marnes fallen so far since I have been away that 2 of you should accost a lady so near to the city gates?
Yes. Apart from this pair of fools annoying me.
She waved her hand at them quite casually. The men hefted their weapons, and one of them turned to me.
Stay out of this. It is none of your business.
Florian. I confronted them. I attempted to bargain with them. Let's bargain. Skill check. You are making a skill check. It's a level 2 analyze check. This means that you need 2 levels of analyze to pass it. If your skill is less than 2, then you can spend points from your skill pool to make up the balance. Your skill pool refills at the start of each chapter. Okay, what is my analyze skill? Let me see. That's my inventory. Ah. There we go. Now we have a coat and a dagger. Oh, here it says. We have 3 analyze. Okay. Spend 0 skill points to ask them to reconsider. I won't give them 4 crowns. I only have 25. It's a lot of money for me. The 2 men turned their spears towards me, and my coachman leapt down with his sword drawn. Oh, well, now we fight. Okay. So I think I cannot raise the dead yet. There are no dead around yet. Combat tips. To the left of the screen are the portraits of your main character and your allies. Characters take turns in sequence. To the right of the screen are your enemies' portraits. Click on a portrait to zoom the camera to that character. Ludwig, Florian, Klaus, Each portrait has a health bar and a circled number showing action points. Action points are used to move, attack, reload, equip weapons, and cast spells. In addition to your own character, has a number inside a star shape. This shows the magic points for casting spells. Oh, the writing is so tiny I can barely see it. Oh, you can play this with a controller too. Look. Action points 5. Yeah, we're not a necromancer yet, so we don't have magic. Click on the terrain to move your active character towards that spot. The hexagonal tiles light up to show you the route that will be taken. It costs 1 AP, 1 action point, per tile moved. Click on an enemy character to attack them with your active character. You must be close enough to them to strike and have enough action points left. Melee weapons, swords, halberds have a range of 1 or 2 hexes, while missile weapons, crossbows, muskets can fire a lot further. However, they can be slow to reload. The end turn button finishes the current active character's turn. Mortal characters can carry up to 3 unused action points to the next combat round. That's good to know. You can open your inventory and double-click a weapon to equip it. For more detailed control, open both your character sheet and inventory and drag items between the slots in them. Hover over a weapon icon in your character sheet or inventory to see its stats. This includes how many action points it takes to use and its effectiveness against unarmored, leather-armored and metal-armored foes. If you have undead minions in your control and some magical ability, then you can activate and move a minion by casting the active minion spell. Control passes back to your main character when you click end turn for the minion. After firing a missile weapon, you will need to reload it. Reloading costs action points. Muskets have an especially high reload cost. While reloading, you cannot move, attack, or cast battle magic. You can cancel reloading at any time. Ending your turn while reloading will use your remaining APs on that. During combat, your camera can move freely using the arrow keys or right joystick on a controller. The combat speed-up slider controls the speed of action. Click the information icon for more detailed information on combat. Okay. Can I WASD? Can't WASD. Let's change that. Interface and controls. Then there's no controls and remap. Walk. Oh, that's what you move your character with. Okay. Is the edge scrolling? At least there's edge scrolling. Okay. Okay. Cannot melee attack at this distance. Not with a dagger. No. So right now, do. It's Dudu's turn. So he has how many AP? 2. And running this distance is 1 AP, I want to imagine. Let's go here. And then attack him. Okay, that cost him quite a bit of his health. And now we have nil out of... Oh, okay, I had 5 action points. Yeah. Oh, using the weapon costs 2 AP. So we walked for 3 AP and stabbed for 1 AP. Alright. And turn. That was a miss, I suppose. And now you, sir, you need 2 AP as well, and you do have 5 AP. So you move for 2, obviously. And then attack for 2. The men turned and fled. The fight was not going their way. We let them go.
Thank you for helping me. I know you. You are the son of Zelig.
Ah. Oh, it's the girl from the graveyard in the beginning, right? She shrugged, smiled sweetly, and straightened the garland in her hair. It's like, oh, you're grown now. Ooh. I nodded. She seemed about my age, but I did not recall her face from the past. Yeah, that's her. That's her. That's the girl in the graveyard. Who are you? Who are those men? Surely Marnes has not become so lawless. Were you not afraid? Your life seemed in danger. Be safe, then. I must be away, for my father's funeral awaits. Oh yeah, she knows him, so we can indirectly let her know that he's dead.
I am sorry. It is a sad day, and Lord Zelig was a good man.
I climbed back into my coach and glanced out to a farewell, but in the place of the young woman stood an old hag watching me. The shadows seemed to draw in around her, leaving her face... It's the same lady. Okay, it's not the girl from our past, but an old hag. That's the lady who gave the Necronomicon to the Rustans, or whatever they're called, during the Venetian War at the hill of Golgotha.
Be wary.
I know it.
Zelig dead, the wolves are circling.
The wolves.
The House of Van Eerstrik may have an important part in the future of the kingdom. Do not presume to know who your friends and enemies are.
Okay. Alright, let's look at graphics settings too. You can play this at 240 FPS.
Whoa, there.
Why would you want that? The carriage came to a sudden stop, which jolted me awake. I had thought that on my return home after so many years that I would watch it all. Rising up over the hill to see Marnes, entering the gates, the ride to my family home. But I had been traveling for 3 days now, and I had clearly been too tired to stay awake, despite my strange encounter in the northern forest. Still, I was home. Perhaps it was unkind of me, but when I stepped out, I was surprised to be greeted by Hoffman. I expected him to be long retired by now. Despite his age, he stood tall as he greeted me. He stood tall as he greeted me.
Welcome home, my lord. I trust your journey was a pleasant one.
And a coach, sure. As best as one could expect, given the circumstances. I've returned home to bury my father, Albrecht. No, it was not a pleasant journey. It was tiring. Get my bags, Albrecht. The old man said nothing, and there was no expression on his face. He just nodded slightly, as indecipherable as I recalled. Nothing about his exchange gave away how close he had been to my father, raising him after grandfather's death, tutoring him, following him to war, even minding my mother in recent years. If he was hurting from the death, and I knew he was, he hid it well. I must have been staring for too long, because he cut the silence.
If sir wishes to go inside, I shall follow along with the luggage.
I nodded and left him be. So now we can worst. There we go. Okay, let's check the graphic settings and see if we crank it up a bit. Okay, brightness, full screen, frame rate is fine, shadow quality best. I don't know what is painterly effect. Let's crank that up all the way. Bloom. Okay, there's... Oh yeah, no, let's not have that. Oh my goodness. I think this looks clearer if you turn that off entirely. Yeah. So if you want it to look like a painting, you can have that. Wait, I have to apply it, but I think I don't like it. Yeah, I like it better when it's turned off. I don't know, it's like too wishy-washy bright. I like this better. Let's drink some water. I did not have a vessel in my hand to fill with water. House. Me house. There's me mother. It was just as I remembered. Less cavernous, perhaps, but still an impressive room with a grand staircase leading up to bedrooms and private offices. There was no sign of any of our servants, however, and there beside the fire, my mother slumbered. Juliana. My mother looked to be waking from a rest. As I approached, she raised her hand to block the light as she looked at me.
Zelig, is it time for bed? I'm afraid I fell asleep while reading.
There are so many stylistic effects that just look like crap in video games. I particularly blur. Yeah, and the extreme overuse of blur effect, of the bloom effect in the early 2000s. Like everything was bloom everywhere. Like in some games you couldn't even turn the bloom effect off. It was awful. Like it was like the games looked like as if you were nearsighted. Everything was like, yeah, blurred and mushy, and I don't know. I didn't like it. A very, very bad offender in that was Oblivion. I remember Oblivion, it looked awful with the extreme bloom. I bet there are mods, or I guess there are mods to turn it off, but... And Fallout 3. Fallout 3 looked so bad. I'm home for father's burial. Mother, it's me. D. That rhymes, we have to take this one. I decided it was best to leave her to rest. Recognition washed over her face, then...
Oh, my baby has returned!
Oh, the baby!
Your father will be so glad to see you.
Oh, she's delusional. Then she trailed off.
Your father...
Oh, she's popping pills.
Father. Oh...
One game I tried recently has motion blur, distance focus, and some form of lens effect that I all just turned off. Each made the picture worse than the prior. Yeah, I believe it. I'm home for father's burial. She looked at me, confusion in her eyes.
Your father is dead?
Then her gaze drifted off. I decided it was best to leave her to rest. Alright, so she is completely unaware and delusional. When I next saw Albrecht, he was standing in the lobby beside my bags.
Can I help you, my lord?
Albrecht, your letter didn't mention how my father died. I have not seen the rest of the house staff since arriving home, Albrecht. I saw my mother, she doesn't. She seems worse than normal. What news of the funeral plans? I decided to bid him farewell and to go on with my day. Sharp look from him then. He must not have wanted the question, but surely he expected it? Oh, this is not narrated. Forgive me, my lord, but I must confess I am embarrassed to tell you. He was found dead in a bush. The smell of alcohol strong off him. The herbalist Halen performed the autopsy and said it was failure of the heart brought on by an overindulgence in liquor. The herbalist? Did the city have no doctors? I should find and question this man soon. Meanwhile, I needed to search the house for more evidence on my father's drinking habits. Why the herbalist? Why not a surgeon? Drunk in a bush? Who found him? I could talk to my father's death no longer. I'm afraid I do not know why. He is a learned man, I suppose. Drunk in a bush? Yes, some broken bottles were found scattered around him. With the funeral, I've not had time to tidy the area. Should you wish to look, it's around the back of the house. Who found him? Your mother. The groundskeeper found him as he began his morning chores. Anticipating my next question, Albrecht cut me off. Nikos is not here. He no longer works for the family. Why not? Perhaps a discussion best left for now, but in brief, with your father's passing, the family's financial affairs are unstable. I could talk of my father's death no longer. Tell me more about this financial issue. I have not seen the rest of the house staff since arriving home, Albrecht. Ah yes, they have been temporarily let go, I'm afraid. In brief, your father's passing has left the family's finances under pressure. A conversation for once you are settled in, I think, Master DDD. Oh, Vass would like this. Tell me more about this. I don't want to talk about money. I saw my mother. She seems worse than normal. The old man inhaled deeply and sighed. Yes, she's been declining rapidly since your father passed. Not sleeping, confusion, losing sense of where she is. I'm hoping your return will anchor her son. I'm sure that in a few days, when the pain lessens, she will sleep better, properly, normally. Until then, she wanders a little lost, and I help her get sleep when she can. Yes, I'm sure she will be fine in time, Master DDD. I'm sure of it. Has the doctor seen her? Has the priest seen her? Perhaps this herbalist could take a look. He seems to be the center of medical excellence in the area. Trust me, sir, there is no concoction he can brew to aid her. I don't know why he performed your father's autopsy, but I would not let him near your mother. Tell me more about it. I have more questions. What's... so my mother... Okay, so there are more dialogue options for all of these. I don't think we need to go through all of them. Yeah, let's look at the bottles ourselves. What are the plans for the funeral, though? We paused a moment. It has already happened, my lord. He was cremated and entombed yesterday. We did not receive word of your arrival, so your uncle hastened the event, as your mother's health has been understandably poor since his passing. I had hoped to allow you more time to rest after your trip before telling you. I was shocked at this, and I'm sure that Albrecht noticed. An uncharacteristic softness came over him. Then... it was a suitable affair, I assure you. Finances... Okay, let's talk about financial affairs. Yeah, the other ones I think were fine. Tell me more of the funeral, yeah, let's hear more about the funeral. His weight shifted. It was as you would expect, a grand event with a soldier's guard. Your uncle spoke, then the cremation. Once the ashes were gathered, they were marched through town, the crypts were cleared, and his remains were placed in the family vault. If the ghoul chased out are any indication, his ghost would have a suitable fight should God see fit to charge him so. A hint of pride showed across his face then, the most honorable burial possible. Your uncle has commissioned a statue for the town center. Nasatya Masin has been hired for the task, and at no small cost. The name meant nothing to me, but Albrecht seemed to feel her work was befitting my father's memory. Financial issues. Master, I cannot say much about it, as I'm still not clear on it all myself. Your father, it seems, had managed to run down his finances. While alive, he was keeping things going, though just enough to mask it from me. When things settle more, and with your permission, I will begin to go through the finances in his office to make sense of the situation. I absently nodded in an agreement, as I considered what my father had done. Perhaps I should look through these documents in my father's office as well. Why was the funeral so soon after his death? Surely they could have waited another day for me to arrive. There was no word that you would arrive, and your uncle was worried that the shroud would try to take the body. The shroud? I had thought that all worshippers of the Lich would have been taken care of by now, but clearly that was not the case. Given your father's part in the war, his corpse would have made for a valuable trophy. I'm surprised that the members haven't been chased down by now. Do they have the ability to raise the dead? I thought that was lost with the Lich. Why would anyone living pledge themselves to an undead sorcerer? Well, people do very weird stuff, sir. I had nothing else to ask about the shroud. Yeah, why have they not been chased? Your uncle has tried, but they are hard to find. They do not advertise themselves, you understand. Then what makes him so sure there are any left? There were many mortals who fought on the Lich's side in the war. Not all were found. Your uncle believes that those who survived are out there, waiting. So they have the ability to raise the dead? I thought it was lost with the Lich. It is hoped so. The presumption is that they are waiting, hoping for the new Death Lord to rise. Taking the body would be more a gesture of resistance. Why would anyone living pledge themselves to that sorcerer? It is hard to say. For some, this life isn't enough, I suppose. They want for more time. Or maybe they just want to see others suffer? But I speculate. Okay. Nothing else? It is not. Yeah. The shroud. What is the shroud? Oh, okay. We talked about the shroud. Okay. Bid him farewell. Traveled all this way, and they already had the funeral. Partial suit of armor. Where was the rest of this armor? I needed to ask Albrecht.
Can I help you, my lord?
Why is there half a suit of armor on display? Ah, we were in the midst of selling some pieces. In brief, your father's passing has left the family's finances under pressure. Okay. So they sold it. My possessions, such as they were, some changes of clothes, some books, nothing of real value. Paintings. Why were these paintings off the wall? Albrecht would know. To sell them, obviously.
Can I help you, my lord?
Why are these taken off the walls? We're in the midst of selling some pieces. Yeah, okay. So they're stripping this place clean. Sell the wine. A crate of my father's most precious wines. Where was this sitting in the entrance hall? Dining table. Let's look at the dining table. Father had many important meals at this table, but I was never invited to those. Alright. Should we go upstairs? You can double click to run. Or use... Oh! Now we're going. I'm gonna top up on water real quick and I'll be back in 30 seconds. It's way too hot up here not to have any water, and this is like... This goes down fast. Okay, here we are back. If father wasn't in his office, he'd often be here. I used to wait for him to leave so I could look at whatever he had just been reading. Ooh. Ooh, excuse me, please. The caged creature of Kavazar. Okay, yeah, we will not, like, look at all the books now. Oh, this door has been sealed. Bricked up. Where my cousins, Lucas, stayed when he was with us. I wondered when this room last saw use. Oh, now it comes to mind, I could have played Blueprints tonight. But this is a good choice too, I think. Oh, there's a creepy room with a doll in it. Oh. Ah, Lederhosen. Yeah, we have to wear the Lederhosen. There we go. Can I see it on my character model? Unimportant looking papers. Let's take those. What do you need papers for? Let's take them for now. Maybe they can be useful. To light up a fire or something. There's the toilet. What a flushable toilet in the 1700s? Was that a thing? I mean, I could imagine. The principle is relatively easy. You just keep this filled up with water. You can just pour it in with a watering can or a bucket. And then just have the pipe just has to go down into the soil and then just... Yeah. I mean, in principle, it could work. Don't know, when did they invent the flushable toilet? Also, is there a... I guess this can open? And there's a secret passageway into here? Ah, no, there seems to be an entrance from there. Ah, yes. My parents' bedroom. Even now, it felt like a violation. Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be in my parents' bedroom. If they had one. My mother's journal was a mess of disjointed sentences and lists, as if she was trying to remind herself of even the most basic of tasks. Working mirrors. Oh. This is a good game. Look at the working mirror. It actually reflects. Again, I don't know what engine this was made in. It looks like Unity engine. I would assume it's Unity engine. But even games made in Unreal Engine sometimes don't have working mirrors. My father's study... I can't come up with an example right now, but I bet there are some. Okay, we're in the study now. Oh, the bookcase book. It looked like there was something up there. I could probably reach it with a stretch. Spend 0 skill points to climb onto the shelf. That's not safe. Maybe we can find something to stand on. You can view your active tasks by using the journal icon in your taskbar. This icon flashes what? That's the map. That's the journal. Before anything else, I need to talk to Albrecht and my mother and learn what I can about my father's death. We did that, though. I should find Halon, the herbalist. My father apparently died from drinking too much whiskey, yet I have never seen whiskey in the house. I should check the bush around the back. I should find Nikos, our ex-gardener, and discuss my father's death. I should search my father's office specifically for information on the family finances. Okay. You can make your own entries in the journal by hovering over the last entry and using plus. Ah. Interesting. That's cool. That's a pretty big map. Or like there are a lot of locations. My father's desk, a pile of maps and writings scattered across it. It seemed he was messy in later life as I recalled from my childhood. I examined the papers, I looked at the maps, I searched for details on matters financial. I left it there as messy as I found. Let's search for finance stuff. After Albrecht mentioned the family affairs, I ignored the other texts and focused on a ledger showing my father's expenses. Things were bleaker than I expected. I could understand why Albrecht decided to cut back on the staff. With my father alive, he could have held things together, certainly, but what were a butler and my mother to do with that loss of income? Where had all his money gone? The ledger showed it bleeding out. But to where? Perhaps in those books he had been looking for a way to run lead to gold? There were also some letters on the desk of note. The one demanding payment, or else, stood out. I was shocked to see my father was in debt to some shady sort, but given his finances I understood at least. Examine the papers. It was a scattering of personal and academic papers. My father was not, to my memory, a particularly learned man, so I was surprised to see writings from Sosimos D and Paracelsus. I could make out no discernible pattern in what my father had been researching. I looked at the maps, up-to-date charts of the known world, and sketchings of the local areas with various nearby tombs marked out. Okay. A drawer. The drawer was locked. I needed to find the key. Inside the globe. A globe of the world. It even had the Americas on it. It was peppered with tiny red and black flags. I couldn't help but be curious as to what they meant, but there was no sign of a key anywhere. No key. Maybe behind the painting. A portrait of Aldous Schmidt. I had a vague memory of the man from my youth, a general alongside my father and uncle, a close friend of theirs. It marked his death as 1726 during the Lich War. Let's check the bookcase. Amidst all the books on these shelves, an old volume entitled Seances for the Living caught my eye. I could find it here again later if it seemed useful. So it will be significant. Oh, the book is not highlighted any longer. Ah, we can use the sword to get it down, I guess. It was an impressive collection of books with a wide range of titles. Diplomat, most of it was lost on me, but I noticed Machiavelli's The Prince in the midst of it all. My father wouldn't need it any longer, so I decided to strap the family blade, my blade now, to my waist. Did we equip it? Crimes and misdemeanors. While committing a crime or misdemeanor, you will see blue arcs in front of other characters. If you move inside an arc, it will turn red, indicating that you have been witnessed. So we don't want to... We don't want to run around with the sword out. That people don't like that. Okay. Yeah, spend 0 skill points to climb onto the shelf to reach it. Oman, you owe me a debt of 7 intent to collect it a week hence. 7... What does that say? 7 warn? 7 warn you neither to disappoint nor shortchange me. The result of either would be most unpleasant for you. ZVE. Alright. That doesn't sound so good. Why is it zoomed out so far? Must have bugged out. Drawer. Ah, a small key. I don't think I want to steal anything else from my mother. Wardrobe. Can I wear a fancy dress? But he's not wearing a dress, he's... Okay, it's just fancy clothing. Let's put it back to not upset mother. A bedgown and a bodice. What's a bodice? Diary of a barkeep. Oh yeah, I will not read all this. Not in cursive either. I mean, I should, because that's how this game is constructed. You should read everything. Get every piece of storytelling and world building you can get, but I only have that much time. Okay, let's go. Diary of a Barkeep, date 1650s approximately. Author unknown, barkeep in Aachen. Oh, Aachen. Reichshauptstadt Aachen. July the 6th. Still can't get any suckers to drink some of that Bamberg swill. If I see that trader again, I'm going to make him chew on my foot until he admits it tastes better. If he loses a few teeth, I'll just add them to the jar behind the bar. July 10th. This new duke is going to be the death of me. The only time my drinks have made anyone sick is when they drink too much of them. But my supplier, the same one my dad used his entire life, I should add, says the duke is shutting them down next month for the sake of public health. Absolute madness. Did hear a funny story last night though. Conrad had a wild story about how some deformed beast jumped on his back and attacked him while staggering his drunk self home. Claims it stole his jacket and all his coins in the process. It did earn him a few pity drinks, so I guess it worked. July 12th. Apparently Conrad's pity drinks were more envied than I thought. Now Lorenz claims that the same beast jumped him and sped off with his coin. I didn't think I'd find a story less believable the second time. I bet their wives are even less amused than me thought. July 20th. Haven't seen Michael in a few nights. Lorenz said he hasn't been to work either. They've run off on some fool's errand across the country more than once, but usually they let us know first. My brother is coming over from Cologne for a few days. He offered to help me with my books. They've been such a mess since Peter died, July 21st. I keep trying to write, but my hand keeps trembling. My brother decided he had to see the cathedral in the middle of the night. Came back after just an hour, white as snow, with a massive bite on his shoulder. Couldn't talk until the next day. Finally said it was some massive beast, like a deformed calf, all twisted and wrong with horrible fangs. It jumped on his back and forced him to carry it around before it attacked. Is this why Michael is still missing? Did Conrad and the other really see this thing? July 25th. I'm closing up early tonight. My brother and I borrowed some pikes from a friend, and we're going to find this beast. There's been at least 2 new attacks every night. The boys started calling it a Barkhoff, whatever it is. When you find it, I'm going to mount its head above the bar and burn the rest so it can go back to hell where it belongs. There were no further entries, but there was a folded note tucked inside. Dearest Zelig, I found this curious diary in a bar I recently acquired in Aachen. Given some of our prior conversations, I suspected you might at least get some amusement out of it. Wernher would love it if you came out to visit again soon. You as always, E. So he was describing the ghoul, right? So there was the ghoul in Aachen already in the 1600s, and our father was there? I don't have the time frame in mind, really. It's now 1700, the 1730s, I believe? Does the journal say? No? What do we have? We have the map, the journal, spellbook, afternoon. Yeah, no. The city of Marns, 1733. Okay, yeah, so it's the 1730s. And that was written in the 1650s. So theoretically it could be, if our father was a young man then and he lived into his 90s or even hundreds, but they would have mentioned that he became very old, right? Oh, wait, I picked up that key. Let's try and open the drawer. The drawer was locked. Put key here. Let's try to put key here. Some personal items of my father's. Ah, leather gloves. A blue stone ring. A belt. Another knife. A strange trinket and a bottle of port. So, our father was apparently an avid wine drinker, but not so much a whiskey drinker. Doesn't say much. I mean, he could still drink himself to death on whiskey, right? Can't wear that. Oh, I'm already wearing the leather gloves. Don't know what do they do? Nothing, apparently. You know, they don't do... They don't do anything. But they appear on the character model. That's nice. I don't like how the coat is clipping through his butt. That looks so silly. Okay, so let's talk to the servant and the mother some more. So none of these are ticked off yet, right? No, wait. The finance stuff is gone, I think. Yeah. So it wants us to talk
Can I
more
help
to
you, my
Hoffman.
lord?
Show all options. Who found him? The groundskeeper found him. But we know that. He told us that. He's not here. Why not? We had this dialogue. This exact dialogue we had. So our mother. Has a doctor seen her? No, but there's nothing a doctor can do for her. Lock her away in a madhouse? I won't allow that, DDD. Sorry, Master DDD. Do we have to click through all of it? Has the priest seen her? Father Olivier has been a marvel coming here for private communing. He prays for his soul often in this difficult time. Okay, so now we have pumped that dry well. Let's talk to Mother some more. If we can find her. Now, can we find her? Oh, that picture looks dreaded. Another toilet. Some crates. That looks like it would be the kitchen. One of my favorite places in this house. Many was the night when Albrecht would bring me here to fix me a late snack once mother and father had gone to bed. Aww. Nice, Albrecht. I will not pick up a fork. Don't need a cleaver. I have a sword and a knife to fend off the foes for now. A larder. Ah, we could use some food though. Grease. I guess for crafting, maybe? I don't know if the game has crafting. Ah, control makes this visible. Pot, ladle, pot. What could be inside the pot? Oh, I don't want to take the cooking pot. Can I put the cooking pot back? Sell for 1 crown. Ah, combine items here, so you have some sort of crafting. How do I drop it? Here? How do I get rid of stuff? No! Don't want to pick up another one. I want to lose the thing. We have a lot of inventory space and it doesn't seem like we have a carry weight limit that I like. Okay, I can't put it back. Jars. I guess we can use these for potions. You know what? Let's take the grease as well. If you want to do some alchemy stuff, you need grease. We don't need a fork. We don't need a cleaver. Oh, that's a lot of wine. There's a trapdoor. Do you want to know? This was clearly a trapdoor, heavy looking, reinforced with metal braces and with no obvious locking mechanism. I could not see any way to open it. Perhaps Albrecht might know something. Yeah, but we need to find mother. She was... Oh, our doorbell rang loudly. Hearing Albrecht's hushed tone speaking with the visitor, I made my way to the hall to see who it was. It was my childhood friend, Sophia. Oh, that's the lady we pranked at the graveyard.
You're back?
Oh, look, they even made a little hugging animation for them. Oh.
It's been a few years, and you have gotten so handsome.
We're all grown up now, the two of us. Her grinning face felt serious then.
I heard of your father's passing. Terrible thing, but it won't overshadow my joy at seeing you.
Aw. Tell me what you have been up to since I was away. Do you recall our first meeting all those years ago, Sophia, in the cemetery?
Oh, this and that. I never really settled on anything, being honest.
You were going to be an artist the last time we met. What about acting? You were good at that.
Yes, I was.
She shrugged and then sighed
I
dramatically.
didn't manage to sell many, I'm afraid. I'm not cut out for it, it seems.
Oh. Do you recall our first meeting all those years ago? In the cemetery? Yeah, this is just to remind the player. Oh, that's Sophia in the cemetery. Yeah. Yes, of course. Silly children's games. You seemed fixated on the creatures that infest the crypts. This seemed strange to me at the time. This is such a weird conversation. Why would you talk about this? It's funny how a chance meeting can lead up to a lifelong friendship. Sophia smiled uncertainly, but nodded in agreement. Tell me what you have been up to since I was away. We asked that. We asked that.
Oh, this and that. I never really settled on anything.
What about
being
acting?
honest.
Oh, she's dancing. Look. Sophia twirled around and waved her hands in the air.
The world's a stage, and the men and women merely players.
That's Shakespeare.
Well, yes. I fear my stage career started and ended in my school days. The pinnacle was when I understudied as Hermia in a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that ran in the northern provinces 2 summers ago. We even performed for Queen Oka. Well, at least my troupe did. I didn't tread the stage in many performances, I'm afraid. I probably spend too much time in garnets these days.
As of course, silly children's games. She looked at the ground, deep in thought. I suppose I was still trying to process my mother's death at the teeth of a ghoul. How even can a 7-year-old deal with such a thing? Yes, I'm sorry, my friend. Workers' trust increased +6. So we have a standing with all the different social classes, it seems, like with the aristocracy and the working class. Well, the working class was not really... yeah, well, you had the bourgeoisie, you had the aristocrats, you had royalty, you had the clerics... But the working class was not really established yet as a class. It was still more like peasants and... well, it was still in totalitarian times, so there was not really yet a working class per se. Do you recall our first meeting all those years ago? Oh, there's more dialogue options for that? Yes. Why would they give you all the options? Like, why not lock me in? Because this is such an awful thing to say, but we even get more workers' trust. Talk again later. Okay, so now let's find Mother. Where's Mother? Maybe she's in the bedroom? Come on, Mother. I need to talk to you. Oh, that is creepy. She teleported right behind me. Why is she following me? Why are you following me, Sophia? I mean, you can feel at home, but wouldn't you stay in the lobby? What's in the chest? Ooh. Yeah, we can use some torches. Oh, a hat, some boots, a leather coat. We don't need the gloves. Maybe we can sell them for a shekel. Okay, yeah, we're wearing the hat. Alright. Now we look way more creepy. Oh, we look like the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. That's so creepy that she's teleporting right behind us. That's so eerie. Okay, a creepy basement. A dusty storeroom where my father kept mementos of his adventuring days. This was another room I had been forbidden to enter as a child. All the more reason to steal everything. Steal the jars. A linen bag. Yeah, sure, let's take a linen bag. Let's take a telescope. That chest needs a key. No. Oh, a dangerous weapon with limited accuracy and poor reload time. Attack ranged. Accuracy loss. Meters 2.5. Fast strike. Action points 2. Reload 8 AP. So if we carry 3 AP over to the next turn from our previous turn, we can then reload and then shoot again. Okay. Let's take it. Does it need bullets? A military medal of my fathers. We do have a knife. Doesn't say for how much it sells. Let's take it. Dress. I took party dress. An old party dress of my mother's. I remembered her wearing this at a big event in honor of Zelig when I was quite small. Wait, isn't Zelig our... No, Zelig is the Duke. What was our father's name? Bed. Wait, whose bedroom is this? Is this my bedroom? Okay, let's see. I guess we don't need ammo. I hope we don't need ammo. That's what I liked about the expedition games. You didn't have to manage ammunition. That your characters just had, like, they just had their ammo. So how do you not misplace your stuff? Sort. Okay. It puts your weapons in the first column. Oh, looky there. We can make it bigger. Okay. Interesting. Wait. I don't want to... I don't want to offend no one. Oh? Oh? Baskets? Can't interact with the baskets. Okay, now, where's Mother? Where's Mother? Wait, have I been in here? I haven't. Maybe Mother is in here. I sat at the piano and played. Sophia stood quietly and listened. After a time, I ceased. Alright. Yeah, this head looks better. We look like someone with status. Robinson Crusoe. Interesting. Daniel Defoe. That's a nice touch that they give you a lot of books to read. Did that chair just move? Gulliver's Travels, all the classics. Such adventurous books. Condolence cards. I must admit, I never read any of them myself. I know the stories though, from audiobooks I listened to as a kid, and there was in the 90s, there was a made-for-TV movie of Gulliver's Travels. Not the Jack Black movie, I've never seen that one. That seems too wacky for my taste, as are most Jack Black movies. But, yeah, I remember liking the 90s TV movie. Oh, let's do that at another time. I don't want to read all these cards right now. So where's Mother? Where's Hofmann? Maybe they went outside? This is closed. Wait, did we see this bedroom from the attic? No, we saw this bedroom from the attic. Ah, let's check out that bedroom. I didn't see this door. My bedroom. My old room. It was strange being back. I felt the same every time I returned home, though it hadn't really been my home since I was sent away. 14 years prior. Just a place I came to see my family. Now just a place to visit my mother. Formal shirt. Let's have a formal shirt. We have these kinds of items. Yes. A chest. But that's below. Oh, that's the attic. Yeah. That's the attic. Okay, there's not much in here. Well, it's a little boy's room, so... I don't think the clothes would fit him anymore. Okay, so where's that mother? Where's that mother of ours? Maybe they despawned when Sophia spawned in? Okay, let's just go outside and... Oh, wait. Oh, there's Hoffman. He's still there. But we exhausted his dialogue options. So let's go outside and check out Father's death location. Oh, there she is. There's Mother. I called to Mother as she walked by me, but she seemed oblivious to my presence. Well, we need to talk to you. The journal says so. Okay, I guess we'll get more dialogue options once we do some more stuff. A jetty! I had fond memories of jumping into the sea from here with my friends Diedrich and Flip. Long hot summers a lifetime ago. Yeah, beautiful. Or rowboat. A boat hadn't been tended to in an age. I wondered if it was to see what... Why not put it under a roof? Like, turn it upside down, put it on a pole, and under a roof. Like under this, even. That would suffice to elongate its durability. What did Albrecht tell you about your father's last days? He said my father died from overindulgence in alcohol. I must check around the back of the house outside. That's where he was found. Sophia, please don't keep interrupting me. That's rude. We'll talk again later. So weird he died. There's supposed to be bottles around. Right? We can talk to the cat. Oh, those are you. Oh, yeah. If you drink whiskey bottles this big, and you empty them, you might not be fine, yeah. Black and white cat sat here, watching me suspiciously. If I reach out, it would scratch me, right? The beast hissed and ran off around the house. Okay. Let's check this out and then see where the cat ran off to. A mass of whiskey bottles lay scattered on the ground beneath a battered bush, so this was where my father was found. Spend one skill point to recall something of your father. Your current skill pool is 5. Spend 0 skill points to just feel disappointment. Oh no. You had to try cat bag. Oh, that's an emote, I guess, right? Let's spend the skill point. It's the afternoon already, so we'll go to sleep soon anyway. Because it's sundown. Then I spotted a small key, half buried in dirt. It must have fallen from my father's pocket when he was here. I put it in my bag. Surely he would have had some whiskey in the house if he was so fond of it. But all I had seen inside was wine and port. Something didn't add up. I hadn't been home for a long time before this. What I had learned on my return made me wonder if things had changed a lot in that time, or if I had been too young to form a realistic picture of my family. My mother was ill, very ill. I remember her being absent as a child, not distant. She had been a loving mother, just one who was different. Only now I could see she had been dealing with something significant. Father had been in a precarious place leading up to his death, which itself raised suspicions in me. I resolved to stay in Mans for a long time to assist my mother, not wishing to be a further drain on the family. I would go into the city and look for work. All the while I would seek answers about my father's death. Something was not adding up, and I wanted to know what. It was time to go into the city. But cat! Okay, so now we unlocked a new location, the city. Garden chest. We don't need any of this. Maybe the bucket? I don't know. Nah, let's leave the bucket. It's a bucket of beans! Where's the kitty cat? That's... what's his name? Loretto, Johanna, Joe, Boris... Bea, Alois. So are we like, is this like supposed to be a pseudo-Austria? It would seem like it. It would seem like it. So, okay, this is the town. Oh, okay, these are not locations you teleport to. This is all one map. And you move like that. It's like a chapter map in Baldur's Gate 3. Definitely, okay. Good. So we found a key. Here. The to-do list was updated. I should find Halen, the herbalist, and ask him why he did the autopsy on my father. I should find Nikos. I need to seek work in the city to help support the family. Yeah. That seems like a noble thing to do in this situation. And we would seem to be able-bodied. And not feeble-minded. So, yeah, let's do that. But we found a key. This one? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter which small key you use here. Like, you're supposed to find that key and then open the chest in your father's study. But we did that with a different small key. Also, we wanted to ask Hoffman about the trapdoor.
Can I help you, my lord?
Yes, I have some questions about the city. Had father taken to drinking whiskey in his later years? It is hard to say. I was never ordered to buy any, and he only drank wine with his meals, but I would not know what he had been gifted over the years, or what was kept in his study. Do you know anything about the trapdoor? Yes, my lord, the old wine cellar is below there. He paused for a moment before continuing. Zelig had it bolted down after some creatures found their way in through an old tunnel. Creatures? Indeed, I only got a brief glimpse myself. They were horrid, cowering things with cruel fangs and claws. Your father and uncle drove them off easily enough and dispatched several in the process. Do you know how it can be opened? Would that be wise? Besides, I do not know. Sorry. When did we get that black cat? A new arrival since... Oh, that's the hag again. She's gonna give us the Necronomicon. The cat is the hag. Oh, that annoying creature. It turned up only recently and started pestering us. I would have driven the beast away, but your mother insisted on feeding it. Could we discuss the household finances further? My lord, how did things get so bad? Did father not have a military pension and independent investments? He did. I must be honest, though, I was never privy to your father's financial matters. I can only surmise that he had substantial expenses unknown to me. Whiskey. Surely we could sell off some items to help us through this period. This is what he's already doing. Indeed, I am already making inquiries. If you would please be patient, my lord, I hope to obtain a proper price for some of our paintings and other items. Could we not speed up the process? Thank you, Albrecht. What about some of father's wine collection? I am making inquiries already, but if you are in a dire need, you could make your own. Might I sell off some smaller items from around the house? If you really must, you might find some lesser items in the storeroom above the kitchen. But please stay away from your father's most valued mementos, and I must insist that you do not sell anything of your mother's. It would upset her greatly, you understand. Okay. Finances. I have no questions about the city. Like, it's pretty clear, like, that's the market. There you can trade stuff. That's the hospital. That's probably where the herbalist is. That's the cathedral with the priestess. That's the graveyard of the cathedral. Where father is buried? Or, nay. They took him to the cemetery, to the mausoleums. Those are the barracks where the soldiers are. These are the that's the dockyard. That's the keep, which might be obsolete by now because it's 1730. I mean, look at this. This is so outdated. Could just shoot this up with some proper artillery. There would be nothing left but rubble. The east gate. You can certainly enter the city through there. That's naturally then the north gate. There's the compass. Can't turn the map around. Deadman's Gate, yeah, because it leads to the cemetery. And if you go there, the ghoul will feast on you. What is that? Oh, the cat is back. The cat is here now. It was sleeping peacefully. Okay. Goody. Mother. Okay. Let's go to the city. We don't get a quest marker. Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll ask Hoffman about the city. Maybe he has some useful information. Can give us some pointers.
Can I help you, my lord?
Yes, please. I have some questions about the city. Temple the Herbalist, Hospital. Or we might find the Undertaker. Yeah, this is all just go to the obvious location. You mentioned a Father Olivier. Yeah, no, that's useless. So let's go. So we are looking for the herbalist. Okay, let's go to the Hôpital. L'Hôpital. Oh, this gate is closed. Oh, gargoyles. Yeah. But we can exit the parameters through here. From around the corner, a familiar face appeared. My childhood friend. Oh, look, hugging an Amazian.
It is you!
Diedrich.
I saw the carriage pull up and hoped.
Hey, Bond. How you doing, man? Good to have you. Cool game. Yeah, I like it so far. It's super slow. It's a heck ton to read. But I find it engaging. I find it interesting. It's taking its time. It's building up a lot of atmosphere just through words. I like it. I like it so far. But it's gotta be your kind of game. Like, it's that kind of deal.
It is good to see you.
Like, this is not this is not a popular formula. The combat is, as far as we can tell, for now, it's not that deep, but we haven't seen any necromancy stuff yet. So maybe it becomes more sophisticated later on. After a moment, the penny dropped.
Well, yes, of course. The funeral. Terrible thing. I was at it. Shame you weren't. You would have liked...
He trailed off as he heard himself, rubbed the back of his head and stared thoughtfully at the ground. Sophia chuckled loudly.
Well, yes.
Diedrich, you old fool, you haven't changed a bit. I had hoped to be back in time for it, but it was not to be. I said nothing just to let him stew in his words. That's cruel. Yeah.
Well,
sucks.
Yes, of course. I didn't mean to suggest you missed it on purpose or anything. Was it the roads? Were they full of dangers? Bandits and fiends and the like?
That meet two ruffians near Mons, but they were amateurs. No, the funeral was moved forward. He nodded solemnly.
I understand. I am really sorry for your loss. Look, meet me for a drink in Garnet's Tavern later, and we'll have a right proper catch-up.
Garnet's Tavern, okay. I'll look forward to it. Diedrich's trust increased +2. Where is Garnet's Tavern?
Yeah, sorry. You won't know it yet. She only bought it last year. It's the tavern on the other side of the river. Cross the bridge at the marketplace.
Bridge at the marketplace.
I'll mark it on your map.
Oh, thank you so much, Diedrich. It sounds like Diedrich already had a few. Where may I find employment?
Try the docks, maybe? Or, try over at the academy. There's a school there, and I think they're a teacher short.
Oh yeah, we are a diplomat. We have some courtly education, so that might be our way to go. He scratched his head thoughtfully.
Oh, yes. I saw a sign outside Garnet's this morning. Take a look at that. It might be a job advert. Someone such as you who specialises in fancy talk might even enjoy working in such a place. Here, I'll mark them all on your map.
Garnets. Oh, because you talk a lot at the tavern, yeah. It was lovely to meet you again, Diedrich. I'll take my leave for now. See you again this evening. I'll be off now too, today. I will be at Garnet's too, sooner rather than later. A bunch of drunkards they are. My goodness. Garnet's Marketplace Tavern. There we go. Joe Valentin. Can't talk to any of these people. Can I kill them and raise them again? From the dead. Look at these, look at these. Okay, yeah, let's check out the hospital. L'Hôpital. Loretto. Boris. Rosenna. A fox. The fox was cautious but friendly. I could tell it was hungry too. I checked my bag to see if I had any food it might like. It would probably like assorted food. I crouched down and offered it the food. The fox grabbed the meal and scurried off. Ah. A prominent plinth upon which I understood my father's memorial statue was to sit. Was to? Isn't it still commissioned? And underworks? Bea. Zulin. Yeah, she's a cultist.
Your cards, I will not read.
Oh, she's a fortune teller. And why, pray tell, is that?
Your future is not set, and yet I see that you will seek the wood of the devil.
What? No, I don't. Can you tell me about it?
Its bark carries occult properties. Through it, men commune with their lord from beyond.
Ah, yes. I left the woman to her ramblings. Yeah, let's leave it to her ramblings. Johanna. Beautiful people. Boris, Cesare, Pierre, Gio, Ecce. Alia. Oh, some beautiful names here. Alia. So, where's the entrance of the L'Hôpital? Here. So we go back. Go back around like this. Is that it? No. Even further. Back to the marketplace. And then through here. Mortain. Sounds like an evil guy. Sounds like... good. As I approached the L'Hôpital, I noticed a guard was stationed there. When I neared, he held his hand out to stop me.
Sorry, hospital is closed to visitors. Dr. von Salfelden's orders.
Can I ask why?
You can ask, but I don't have an answer for you. I hardly understand anything the man says. Medical reasons. There, that's your answer.
Probably a sickness. Bryn. Is Bryn a beggar?
Can you spare a coin for a poor old woman?
Let's give her 1 coin, yeah. 1? Yes. Placed a coin in her outstretched hand. She bowed her head.
Thank you kindly.
Outside is trust increased. Silks and linens. I knocked on the heavy door, hearing an echo carrying through the corridor inside. No one answered. So where might that herbalist be then, if not in the L'Hôpital? I should find Halen, the herbalist, and ask him where he... yeah. But there's no hint as to where he might be. So we're looking for Halen, Nikos, and we need to seek work. So there's an academy. Yeah, let's go to the academy, or, well, our friend Diederik said a diplomat should be going to the tavern. Let's go tavernizing. What's she wearing? Almost nothing. Oh my goodness. It's cold. There are our friends. Wait, there was a... No.
Ah, there you are.
What can I get for you, Dove? I heard you were hiring.
I am. Clearly, you can read, so you passed me first test.
What other tests have you in mind?
Well, if you're serious about it.
I'm interested. She leaned in close, and I would have sworn that the smell of pickles from her breath singed my nose hairs. Oh no. Well, I have a cart of supplies stuck outside the east gate. Bloody thing must have ran late and missed the closing time. Think you can get the guards to let it in? There's nothing to be lost from me trying there. I knew you had fire and you rich boy. Okay, my name is DDD van Elstrik. I was wondering if perhaps you knew my father. A drink, please. I am to meet my friend Diederik here. Do you know him? I'm looking for a man called Nikos. He's a gardener. Nikos, sure, he comes in sometimes. Quite chap. Quiet chap. Keeps to himself. Do you know where he lives? Aye, that I do. He's in one of the small houses tucked away near the east gate. I'll mark it on your map. Thank you so much. Might I sell you some fine wines? I'm trying to raise funds for my household. There's no demand for that here. Sorry, Dove. Okay, that's not good. I knew of him. That's what you mean. Not really. I was hoping to learn if he drank here. Drank here, not often. Look, I love this place I've put together, but I'm under no illusions that it is up to the station of people like Zelik. Yes, he'd come in from time to time, and bless him, he'd remember me from the front lines of those terrible times. Maybe that's what took him here, but was he here often? No. When he was here, did he get very drunk? Much as any man. Some nights he would out, others he'd not. Usually depends on what they come in seeking and if they find it or not. Did he come alone? Sometimes he did, sometimes he didn't. But no, this sounds like he came here often, like she knows his habits. That sounds like he came there like maybe once a week or so, and not like... What does not often mean? Like once every 3 months? That seems odd. If we heard of a party for somebody, he knew of the war, he'd come for a bit. Usually leave sometimes he'd say. He'd stay. Who would he have come with? I don't remember. You know how many people pass through here each day. More than I can remember for sure. What did he drink? Oh, this one I do know. Wine. I know because he made me order the bloody stuff for when he'd come in. Look around. How am I meant to shift that stuff now, eh? Yeah, I guess no one here can really afford wine or port. Oh, this is... yeah. She tilted her head to the side and rolled her hand in a dismissive wave. My condolences and all that. It looked to me as though he was being framed, and by somebody who didn't know his drinking habits well enough to imitate them. Anything else to ask? What's good? A drink? No. Have you seen Halen, the herbalist? He comes here in the evening sometimes. Haven't seen him for a day or two. Now you mention it. You could try this shop. His shop. It's on the main road between the marketplace and the north gate. Or his house. I'm not sure where it is exactly, but it's somewhere near the entrance of the keep. Okay, let's leave. Do we talk to the friends whose hand...
Join me for a drink.
Nay, can't right now.
Suit yourself.
Yeah, Ha! Rude. Tomage. Who's Tomage?
Join me for a drink.
No, I don't want to talk
Suit
to you again.
yourself.
Talk to her.
You should hear the lies out of this fool.
You hear the lies out of
It's
the
not a lie. I have money coming to me. You have a good
Oh, he's courting
I
her.
have a good life already, Thomas. I don't need you or this supposed windfall.
Can I get you a drink, at least?
Sure, but don't expect anything in return.
Yes,
No
yes.
smooches.
Of course not.
No. Oh. But we do know, like, how it works, right? You invest money into someone, you do them a favor, and you put kindness coins in them. You put coins in them, basically, and then, yeah, kindness falls out. And they will then do things for you and with you. That's how that works. And that's why she says that, like, dude, you know that this doesn't work like that, right? But he's like, oh yeah, it does.
Farm worker.
A farm worker. Okay, we'll talk later, Thomas. Right, slave. So we have a quest. And we have places to be. The east gate, she said. It's right east. Looks like we're ice skating. General store? I could sell some crap, I guess. But, meh. There's the cart. And there's the guy who's brought the cart. As I neared the guard, stood to attention and saluted. Emil. He looks like a Disney villain. Can you open the gates for me, please? Have you seen the herbalist? I'm here about the tavern's cart. Can you let it through?
I'm afraid not. The Baron declared the city closed for Lord Zerlig's funeral, to symbolize the city's mourning.
Ah, but it's over.
We only let you in because, well, it's you.
And the cart driver.
I'd bloody well made it if you lot hadn't moved things forward.
Yes, well, I'm afraid things did get moved up, and so...
Bloody well stuck out here.
Oh, man. He's angry. For the time being, I suppose you are. For how long is the city mourning?
Until your uncle gives orders otherwise, I cannot say when that will happen.
I'm here about the tavern's cart. Look, for beer, I'll open the gate readily, but the damn thing's wheel has broken. Unless you get a crew of people here to wheel those barrels to the pub, I'm not opening, sorry. Okay, maybe we can assemble a crew of wannabe drunks, and they will wheel the barrels there. But those are crates. Those ain't barrels. Seen the herbalist? Sorry, I don't know who that is. What does he or she look like? Ah, well, that I do not know. I am not acquainted with him myself. I'll search elsewhere for him. As you wish.
And you, my lord.
Yeah, my lord. Ah, very charming guy. What is going on here?
Oh, the bloody wheel has come off. Right at the bloody gates. Now I'm stuck out here minding the damn thing, hoping no bloody wolves or petchers come try and kill me. Trust my bloody luck to land me in this mess.
So why is this guy so...
I am Bensay, the cart driver.
Why is he so overly
Bensay,
British?
the cart driver.
Oh, if you hover over the portraits...
I am Bensay, the
they
cart
talk
driver.
to you. That's so awkward.
I am Bensay, the cart driver.
Bonsai.
I am Bensay.
Oh, they even have different recordings of it.
I am Bensay, the cart driver. I am Bensay, the cart driver.
They just took several takes. That's cute. I let Garnet know her cart is broken and not just late. Alright, yeah, let's go back. And let her know.
Ah, there you are. I am Garnet, owner of the Marketplace Tavern for me sins. I am Garnet, owner of the Marketplace Tavern for me sins.
Okay. Voice director, we have taken takes of the guy introducing himself. We very well will be using all 10 recordings of the guy introducing himself. Oh yes. Nothing goes to waste here. Like, we paid him £100. Like 100 quid. And we're gonna use every single syllable we recorded. About your court. It's broken. A wheel snap it as it reached the gates. That is why it's stuck out there. Ah, to hell with Bensay. I told him to get that cart repaired weeks ago. Tight-fisted prick. Now what do I do? VAs do get paid per line, they say? I can't imagine that. I don't think so. I'm not sure yet. Leave it with me. I would assume they get a script and they know how many lines they get, and then they will assume how much time that will take, and then they just get a fixed amount of the money. They agree on some sum, I would think. Don't take too long. I can't get people drunk with just my natural charm. Or they book them by the day, like they say, oh, my daily rate is like 2,000 quid or whatever. And they're like, okay, I will book you for one day. And when that day is over, like when 8 hours have passed, you're free to go. Unless we pay you for another day, then we'll be back tomorrow, and then we'll pay you another rate. I think that it would work like that, maybe? Spend 0 skill points to have noticed something of note. Notice something of note, yes. Let's do it. Investigate, level 3. Does he talk too? No. The main character has no VA. I had passed a wheelwright's workshop earlier near my home. Oh yeah, because if they had a voice actor, they would have had to do it with a guy and a lady. Likewise. And there would be a lot of extra dosh. Okay. Or perhaps I could find some people to help move the barrels. Spend 0 skill points to think of where to look for suitable people. There would be strong men and women working at the docks. Yeah. Let's go to the docks. The docks were in the west. The west. Oh, Xandros Moser.
Alright, mate. Spare us a coin, will ya? I Xandros Moser. At your service. I Xandros Moser.
Does he have several voice lines too?
At your service.
That doesn't seem like it.
Xandros Moser. At your service.
No, he doesn't.
Xandros Moser.
Handed him a coin.
At your I am so grateful. Thank you, sir.
We shouldn't be doing this, but okay. That's a dog. It's not a cat, it's a dog. Oh, we can't go to the dockyards from here, maybe? Oh, no, we can. Look here. A fish ship. Fish ship. That's a group of people. What's going on here? Oh, look, a seagull.
You
Bam.
don't talk about a man's wife like that.
Yeah, surely you don't.
I said nothing.
Ramon. Darius y Ramon. Hurr.
Oh, my face. I am Ramon, a Venetian man, only recently living in Mars.
A Venetian man, huh?
I am Darius of Tarvis, a dock worker.
Stop this! Stop this right now!
Gerhard Uman.
I am Gerhard, the dockmaster. What are you idiots doing?
He sent my wife.
Tell me, do you see crates around you? The crates waiting to be loaded onto the boats? Well, do you? It was rhetorical. I don't care why you're fighting. I care why you're fighting on my time.
The wizard was silent now, no doubt, fearing that this was another rhetorical question. I suspected it was not.
Your silence deafens me. Gods, what a gift for a competent worker. Back to work, all of you! Expect today's wages to be short. Cover my loss of earnings from this idiocy.
Foreman left to muted grumblings from the crowd. As they returned to work themselves, I wondered if his comment about a competent worker was real or just... Okay, this is just... If you want to work at the docks, we'll talk to him, but we're clearly not interested. Maybe we can recruit Ramon. The man's handsome face was swollen and bloody, and he inhaled sharply as he touched it. Hello there. That was an unfortunate incident. My name is...
Hello to you too. I am Ramon.
Ramon.
I am Ramon. A Venetian man, only recently.
I am Ramon. He reached out his hand and warmly shook my hand. What was all that about? Where do I find the harbour master? We don't care about the harbour master.
Well, Darius says I spoke ill of his wife. He lies. The man is not even married.
Then why would he say such a thing? Why
He
attack
is a
him?
Persian, and I am Venetian. He turned on me so the others would take him into their fold. It is a stupid and selfish plan. He is in his office, and today I would not disturb him. For our fighting has made me angry. I am Ramon, a Venetian man, only recently living in Mars.
Ramon? Would you bring him to me? Would you bring me to him? I wish to ask him about work.
My friend, I cannot go anywhere right now. Darius split my lip and loosened the tooth. Barely stand his shouting when my head does not ache.
I will bring some medicine.
I have few friends right now, so yes, I would repay your kindness. There is an apothecary near the marketplace, over this side of the river. Thank you.
I left him alone. Okay. So we don't have to bring him medicine, we don't care about the dog worker. Darius. You big beefy dude. Will you carry the...
Out of my way! There's work to do.
Might I quickly ask you who is the boss around here?
That'd be Drago.
Drago. Alright, so he won't do it either. Rebecca.
Get out of my way, you fool. This ain't a place for gawkers. I am Rebecca, a dock worker.
Just a quick question of a mic. Can you direct me to... Okay. I can only ask all of them. Oh, I cannot... I have to ask the dock worker, the dock boss, whether he can spare some people to...
Excuse me.
Carry the... Ah, I asked the man about helping with the beer barrels for Garnet. So Excuse me, I have a broken cart just outside the city wall, and I was wondering if I could get some help in moving contents in by hand.
We can move it for you, but I couldn't ask the lads to do it for free.
Of course, let me see what I can arrange. I would have to go back to and ask Garnet about payment for it. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Naturally. Ulrich. Ja. Acciaia. Acciaia? Acciaia? I don't know. Piera. Gio. Such a beautiful names. Johanna. Pottery.
Ah, there you are.
But your cart. Dock workers will bring your beer to you, but they want payment. I kind of really would like a Vampire the Masquerade game with this star, especially the dialogue skill checks. That would be cool. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of Vampire the Masquerade games, but they're all just, as far as I'm aware, just pictures and text windows. I mean, you do have the Masquerade Redemption and Bloodlines, but that's about it. A remake of Redemption. That game would so deserve a remake, yeah. Maybe not a remaster. It didn't age too well. Like, how would you even remaster it and make it like suitable for a contemporary audience? But yeah, a remake of it, certainly. The story is so good, and it's just overall a very well told story. I mean, the concept alone is so great. Like a crusader who gets wounded, ends up in Prague, gets nursed back to health by a nurse, and then turns into a vampire to live through centuries in agony, being separated from his love, trying to find her. And I like that the protagonist is absolutely no philanthropist. He's completely, like, as soon as he turns into a vampire, he's so selfish and just, he only cares about his own motives. It's a great story. And Bloodlines is an FPS, basically, yeah. I know Bloodlines is loved by so many, like it's a fan favorite of the franchise. I could never warm up to it because I wanted, spoiler, sleep through centuries. Yeah, you're right. He's sleeping a lot. But when he wakes up in the modern age, it doesn't feel like he slept. Like, he's wondering about the cars, like the carriages without horses. But I think they really screwed up communicating that he isn't that he was asleep for centuries, because he seems so acquainted to the modern times. Like, he knows how to use a pistol, and he's not wondering about a lot of things. He's only wondering about the cars. I think that's the only time they really bring up, like, oh yeah, he just slept from the Middle Ages to the modern days. Not really a bad game, just too different to Redemption. The gamers wanted more of that. Yeah, that's me. I wanted more Redemption. And Bloodlines was like, oh, when I hit enemies there are numbers, and when I shoot them it takes like 20 shots to kill them. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't know, I couldn't really warm up to it. It's a good game, but it's a good immersive sim. But yeah, I couldn't warm up to it. Really. I just wanted a classic top-down or isometric view RPG again. Of course they do. She rested her hands on her hips and chewed on her lips a while before throwing her arms up and sighing. fine, you can tell them I'll give them a few free rounds if they get the stuff. A drink for every barrel they bring me. That should motivate them. Alright. I wouldn't take that. I would be like, no, lady, get out of here. Give me hard cash. Ulrich. Irving. He's just sitting there. Alphonse.
Excuse me.
Set. Ask the man about helping. Shall pay you in drink.
Aye, it does. I'll round up some men to get to it.
Excellent. I should return to Garnet with the news. Yeah, but I was really excited for some time about Bloodlines 2 because Brian Mitsoda was involved. But then they fired him because apparently his story was getting too political or something. And then they took it away from Harebrained Schemes and gave it to another dev team. And now that I think there were some news recently, but I haven't really followed the project. And to be honest, footage that Harebrained Schemes showed was like the combat looked so bad. It looked so unsatisfying. It was so... There was just no impact to the attacks, and the effects fell short, and I was like, oh yeah, this is an alpha version, but still, where's this going? Out court. Like, just do this with prettier graphics. That's perfect for me. Down the way. I will get your cargo to you, which will lighten Ben's load enough that he can take the card in and get it fixed. Political criticism in my social criticism fantasy role-playing game? Exactly, right? No politics in my video. Maybe he wanted to make the game woke. Maybe there was a gay pyre. Could be. Oh my goodness. Just imagine a queer character in my video game. Like, I don't care why people care. No, I don't get why people care. I mean, I care that they care because it sucks that they care and poop all over the place because they care about it. Like, gay people exist. So what? Yeah, it's great. It's good that they exist, and they should be represented in media too. Because why not? I know gay people in real life. Why shouldn't there be gay people in my video games? They are there. Whatever. Okay. And also, oftentimes, like in Baldur's Gate 3, you don't even find out that they are queer unless you go through the dialogue options and it's being brought up like casually, as it is in real life. Like, people don't go up to you and say, "Hello, my name is Marcus, I am gay." Like, that doesn't happen. You find out because you talk to people. Okay. Oh, there's a clone sitting there. I hear that people are hating the Superman movie, the new Superman movie, because Superman is apparently a migrant. A refugee, even. Like, oh, it's so woke. How dare they make Superman a migrant? Like, what? He comes from another planet. Of course he's a migrant. His planet was blown up. He's a refugee. Like, yes, of course. How is that woke? And even if it was woke. Ah, it's so stupid. It's so freaking dumb. Okay, wait. What was I supposed to be doing? Why? I don't want the job at the harbor.
Ah, there you are.
Okay, now she will give us work. I'll take the job. Please arrive tomorrow evening for your first shift. Ah, we get more trust with everyone. Got a job working in a tavern. We got an achievement for that. The evening was closing in on me. It was probably time to meet a Diederik in Garnet's tavern. Okay, so I guess we leave and then go back in. Oh. Vampire the Masquerade is in part a celebration of being different and living, existing with the consequence. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have all these different clans, like the Bruja. They are the, I don't know much about the franchise, to be honest, but I do remember from Redemption, I remember the Bruja, who are scholars, but they are also, they originate from Carthage, but now in the modern times they are from all over the world, and they just seek knowledge and seek freedom as well, I think. Like, you get this one character, this one Bruja character in the modern days who's a punk, and they are somehow then associating themselves with anarchy or something. It's I don't remember much, but yeah, all these different clans represent something.
Ah, there you are.
Tavernier. We are now a tavernier. Okay, where's Diederik?
You should hear the...
There's not a lot.
I have a good life.
Can I get you a
Sure.
Yes, yes.
I just
of
leave?
course not.
Oh, there he is. I thought he was hanging out with Sophia. Naturally. Klaus Irving Hent. Redemption was developed in cooperation with the original tabletop RPG devs. It was very true to the lore of the modern and medieval side of the game.
Hello.
I should really get into it more. I mean, I wanted to play the mod for CK3 that has all the Vampire the Masquerade stuff in it. Princess of Darkness. There you are, come join me for a drink. As I sat with him, he called to Garnet to bring over 2 drinks. Any luck on the work front? I found something, yes. Do tell. Tavern, yeah, is this very tavern, would you believe? In this very tavern. Ha ha ha, how wonderful. I very much look forward to attempting to blag free drinks from you in the late hours. There were source books explaining in detail what was sketched out in the video games. Oh, okay. Tell me how you landed the job. Well. Ha ha ha, I can't believe he did that. When her father found out, he chased Flip out of town. Poor chap had to find work over in Mentor and stay the winter. Good old Flip, eh? So tell me how you have been. Oh me, yeah. Where to start? Tell me of your work, what you know. Are you married, seeing anyone? Your grandmother, is she well? Wouldn't they say courting? Courting anyone? Nah, she's good. I mean, she's bedridden most of the time, but she's in good spirits. She'd love to see you. And I hear, once I get settled in, we'll arrange something. I'll drink to that. Workers and educated. Okay. And when he dropped, there was an almighty crack. We all thought his neck must have been torn clean off. But then another crunch, and the crossbeam tore from the gallows main, and he fell to the floor. Father Olivier declared it an act of God, so your uncle revoked the death sentence and sold him to a privateer in the Queen's employ to work off his debt. They set sail within the week. Nobody heard of him since. The gallows just snapped. Termites. Folk reckon the privateer set them on it days before to get the indentures. Tales have come back of him doing the same over in Venice too. At the thought of Venice, Diedrich spat. I followed the procession to the edge of town, got up to the front right by the shield wall, saw them chase the ghoulie out and all that. So ghoulie is the plural of ghoul. I bribed Mortin with a bottle of schnapps to let me sit on the wall that night. I drank a bottle of the stuff myself as I watched the little grey buggers slink back into the crypts. How was my mother in all this? She was, what's the word, lost. I'd not seen her in a while. True, but she didn't recognize me. She walked with the Baron on one side and Mr. Hoffman on the other, guiding her as much as anything else. I don't think she cried, but honestly I didn't feel like she knew what was happening around her. I read a book about grief that said folk deal with it in all sorts of ways. This was one of them, I guess. That beer's going right through me. I'll be back in a moment. I tried to sign up, only your father wouldn't allow it. He said it was because I was only 13, but I knew other boys allowed to join the effort. They needed numbers and fast. In truth, I was glad he turned me away. I doubt I'd have survived. Barely survived as it was here. We weren't quite that. Do you think they're in there? I don't follow. Person, the soul. Do you think somewhere deep down they're still inside when a dead person rises again? I had an encounter with one. I could have sworn that he recognized me. Gave me the time I needed to run before a guard came and it trailed off again. You know, I've been to a few places, many with different beliefs to us. That's like a nice option. Wildly different in some ways, and I think that maybe that we call heaven is knowing when you're gone you are missed. Maybe in that knowledge you are at peace, and your soul goes truly into the abyss. Hell then would be knowing that people are glad you're gone, or worse, they don't even know. Maybe those are the souls that stick around waiting to come back and make a mark on the world second time around. We spent the next few days bolting our graves and burning what had already come up. You're lucky they sent you away. We both stared silently at our drinks. Look, sorry, let me get you another drink, eh? So suddenly I am at dinner with Tassar's cousin Misha, and nobody else has turned up. I can see why. He's a strange individual with a colorful entourage. The other envoys had made their excuses to avoid dining here. But this was my first time meeting him, and, well, I hadn't known any better. The food was plentiful and varied, and the wine poured like water. We exchanged pleasantries and swapped tales of our countries. He was polite and seemed interested in anything I had to say. Then, as the last course was being tidied away and port was being poured, he said, "Since it is just the two of us, would you like to see something interesting?" He called on an older lady with a covered face. She came and sat between us, and when she spoke in a language I had never heard, yet I felt as if I understood her clearly. A quiet child, laden down with a gorget made of lattice worked crucifixes, was taken out to join us. That sounds super creepy. I don't like this one. Two identical twins lifted an old wooden crate from a darkened corner of the room and placed it on the table between us? Yes? I don't like this option. The second option is super creepy. Yeah, no. What is a gorget anyway? Yeah. One twin opened the box and the other reached inside in a way that made it seem impossibly deep and the limbs impossibly long, only to pull out a white wicker basket, a hooded basket, so I couldn't see inside. Inside, said Misha, almost as if to read my mind, is what your heart desires most. Just reach in to find out. So I did. My hands fumbled around in the dark of the basket for a while before pulling out an hourglass with no sound. My hand wrapped around something that felt peaceful to touch. I drew it out to see that it was a simple black slab with no markings. I felt around for a moment, then something cut me. I pulled my hand out to check it. Only a small cut. I reached back in to find what cut me and pulled out a crown, rusted and overgrown. Hourglass. Simple black slab with no markings. Or a crown. Peaceful. I like peaceful. It was heavy, but not too much so, nor was it too cold. It felt very right in my hands as I turned it this way and that to get a better understanding of what I held. Whatever stone it was, I had never seen it before. Misha watched me silently through all this, his eyes narrowed. When I turned to him to ask a question, he cut me short. It is time to sleep now, no? With that, the white basket was packed away and the twins carried it from the room. Misha and the rest of his retinue were gone too. All that was left was me, my find, and an empty room. I took it to my room and stared at it a while longer, fell asleep looking at it, truth be told. I woke the next day and it was gone, but I knew somehow that it had been real, not a dream. Misha never talked of it again and flatly ignored anything I said on the matter. So to this day I wonder still what it meant. Go on then, tell us another one. Oh, we're getting drunk. Look, it's all distorted. Yes, stories of your travels are so exotic. In order, mate, they're bloody odd.
I am henned, a barfly.
Oh, we hovered over his portrait, that's why he said that. It's been good catching. Like, if you don't know that this feature is there...
A barfly.
Like, the first time this happened, I was so weirded out.
A barfly.
I'm Dietrich, your childhood best friend. A humble child of Mars.
Thank you for telling me again. Let's do this again soon. It's so good to have you home. Alright. I guess we leave then, and because it's night, something creepy will happen when we go outside. It was late time for me to head home and sleep off those drinks. Yeah, this will be a peaceful journey home. Because we're drunk. We're gonna get abducted or something and taken to the Necronomicon. Do 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 do. Yep. Need to go there. Let's go east. That's the cathedral. The cartwheel right. Oh, there we are. Okay, nothing happened. Okay. Yeah, because we still have to find the herbalist, the priest, and whatnot. As I approached the door, I could hear raised voices coming from... what was she doing with him? She just raised from his, like... were they having an affair and killed the father? Hey, Quampa. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Please, Julian, you must take it. The potion helps, you know this. No, I don't know you. I don't know you. I entered to see my mother in distress. Condolence cards scattered around her. The dying fire glistened off the tears on her face as she screamed at Albrecht. He was beside her, a worried look on his face, holding a bottle out, offering it to her. You are not Zelig. Where is my husband? Zelig, Zelig. Juliana, Zelig is dead. The funeral was yesterday, don't you remember? Liar, get out of my house, Zelig. I decided to help him. I decided to stay back a moment. This doesn't help him. She's clearly in distress and he wants to help her. Mother, it's a me, Mario. DDD, is that you? When did you get home? Get this man out of our house. Albrecht? He's a steward. He's been with the family since before father was born. You know him. What he says is true, father is dead. I returned home for the funeral. We spoke earlier, you don't remember? We did? I don't. Maybe I do know this man. Albrecht, you look older. He smiled softly. I realized that perhaps this was a dance they'd done many times before. I think the same each time I look in the mirror, Juliana. Come, drink this. Zelig made it for you. Remember? This is shady. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. There's something shady going on. She nodded sheepishly and took the bottle. As soon as she drank from it, her agitation washed away. There, sleep well, Juliana. I must. She passed out almost immediately. At once, Albrecht set to ensuring she was comfortable, placing a pillow behind her head and draping a blanket over her. What was that you gave her? He paused a moment before answering me. A tonic of sorts. Your father made it for her to take. It started years ago after you went off for schooling. No, wait, it was a little before you went. Your mother, well bless her soul, she was never quite the same after you were born. Your father concocted this to help her, and it did, but she was still unable for you. Absent often, and, well, I digress. It's been working less since he died. She's more lost, confused. You noticed, I assume? She seemed at odds. Yes, I was putting it down to grief. I've been gone for so long, I don't have a normal to compare to, Normally, a night's sleep from it clears her mind for days, weeks, sometimes even a month. But lately it barely gets her to sleep. In truth, Zelig only left so much before passing, and I've been rationing it, watering it down some. Tomorrow she will be as absent as she was today, wondering why the parlor is unkempt, and tomorrow night another struggle to get her to take the stuff. I wish your father was here, he'd know what to do. Ha, look at me. I am older than him, I helped raise him, for goodness sake, and yet I look to him for wisdom, even in death. What a large day's work. We need the herbalist. We need the herbalist. Perhaps, but then I will run out. What then? These nights have been tough on your mother. I daren't think of her health if she doesn't get these few hours of sleep. However, induced they are. Is there any way to make more? Albrecht's body drooped a moment, and as his guard fell, I could see how he really was now. How old he really was now, sorry. It's to my great shame that I never mastered the written word, but maybe if I showed you the recipe, the original, with his notes, you would be able to distill a better potion than me. I can take a look, certainly. He regained his composure and my brief window into his reality was shut. Okay, let us get some sleep. We'll meet in your father's study tomorrow morning and I'll give you what I can. I nodded unprepared for this entire incident. If my mum... I got my kid at Chuck E. Cheese. All he wants to do is jump on the trampoline. Aww. My kids are crazy when there's trampolines around. Like, we went to that theme park last week. And they have several sets of trampolines. Because all the kids are getting crazy about the trampolines. And my kids would spend, like... They could spend easily half an hour on those things. They love trampolines. I mean, who doesn't? Really, it's fun. As I left them and prepared for sleep, I could feel my hangover creeping up on me already. Whew. Oh, I'm tired too. And my ability to read properly is trembling. I was awoken by voices, my mother clearer now than she'd been at any time since my return. But for how long? My son can go for 4 to 5 hours. That's a long time, even for a kid, yeah.
Not long. A few days, a week at most.
Oh, Zelig is a ghosty. He doesn't have a voice line though.
I am Juliana van Elstrik, your loving mother.
Loving her mother.
And recently widowed of my life's love.
Wait, she doesn't...
Zelig.
But she doesn't realize that.
I am Juliana van Elstrik, your loving mother.
I guess that's my
recently
poppy.
widowed of my life's love, Zelig.
Okay, this is... Now it's getting exciting. We're getting into the realm of the dead kind of thing. But I'm super tired. I can't read. I mean, I can never read, really. But now I can read even less. So I think I will call it here. I like the game, yeah. It's a good game. If you like... visual novels, if you like RPGs in general, yeah, go check it out. The affiliate link is in chat. I can post it. Let me copy it here. There you go. There's the affiliate link if you want to check the game out. Does it lead to Steam? It does, okay. Leads to the Steam page of the game. It's a bit pricey, I would say, but I don't know how much there is of this, really. Like, this... I would assume it's a huge game. And you can do different playthroughs. So, yeah. I like it. I do like it. Alright. See, who are we gonna raid? Who are we gonna raid? Who do we have? So I know that there's no one else streaming this. It has like 40 followers on Twitch. So I don't even have to bother. Let's... Trading card shop simulator. Let's raid Obscurity, because I think he might like this kind of game. He likes stories. Haven't raided him in some time. He's a cool chap from New Zealand. Which is east of Australia. It's like a small, very small island. They made a famous movie there, and the hobbits live there. All right, Yeah. I don't know if I will stream this again. Bye, Charisma. It's not the greatest game to stream, I think. At 400,000, it has about half as many words of dialogue as Planescape Torment for reference. That's a heck ton of words. Thank you, Toes. Bye, Toes. Bye, Charisma. Thanks for being here, guys. Yeah, maybe I'll come back to it. I don't know yet. Adbreak. Oh, Adbreak is over. Yeah. No. Tomorrow we'll have Total War Rome 2 with Hank, who didn't show up today, and he didn't DM me yet. So I'll wait for his DM tomorrow, and then I'll know more. Right. Anything else? No. Nothing else. Yeah, have a good day, have a good night, have a good time in my lovies. I love you guys. And I hope to see you tomorrow for Rome 2. Good game, Dad. Bye.